Okay, we're live. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Bot Thoughts with Red Jefferson, Gear Tooth Red Jefferson. Now I've got a whole new setup here, as you can see. Thank you all so much for joining. This is my new passion. This is the new passion I've got. So welcome to the show. And let BattleBots know that you're here. Let them know I'm here. That's very important. Sound off in the chat. That's a big part of this show, is also sounding off in the chat. Boy, what a night did we have. Boy, this was a lot. This was a lot of stuff going on, a lot at once. Smash the like button. But this was a high-intensity fight, and I think I did pretty well in my picks. My name is Gear Tooth Red Jefferson, and this is the Gear Sphere. As you can see, I have some new things going on. I got a mustache. Let's get that going. Wait, how do I get it? I figured out how to get rid of the white box around everything so we could really have some fun, as you can see. I also have a light bulb for when I have good ideas. Sound off in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Thank you all so much for joining it. We should start talking about the show soon, but I'm going to let a few more people pile in. As you can see, the numbers are climbing. Thank you all so much for joining. Make sure to follow everything on Loser Leaves Wrestling. Go follow. Everyone should watch BattleBots. Everyone should be watching BattleBots. I don't know why you're watching this if you're not. All right, we're going to start talking about the show. We're going to start talking about it. And boy, what a night we had. And again, like I said, I did pretty well, except for one big exception. Let's get into the show. We got some graphics coming up. Here we are in the battle box. Red Jefferson's battle box, or as I call it, the Gear Sphere. Thank you all so much. So we got this night starting off with Malice versus Jackpot. Malice we got here. Malice already has, by the way, as everyone can see, I got rid of the white boxes. So it's looking a little better. Not great, though. As you could see, the corners kind of disintegrating like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, the first one. But Malice, run by Bunny Sorial, lost to Tantrum. I think it was the first or second episode. So it's a horizontal drum spinner and hits hard. I was not expecting this to win. As you could see from my picks here, let's just quickly look. Obviously, I had Jackpot going over. Let's take a look at Jackpot, though. Jackpot, someone that did very well a couple seasons ago. They've had one match so far. It was only a YouTube-only exclusive. They didn't trust Jackpot to have a fun match on TV. They went with the Heartblade this time, which I really like. Jackpot, Las Vegas native, run by Jeff Waters and Roger Sten. Can't be terribly sure which one that is. Yeah, here they are. I had them going over just because I don't trust Malice's reliability. And Jackpot historically has done better overall. But we get them. They start off the match. Let's start this off. By the way, as you can see, really great graphics for explosion and fire here. Every week, 1% better. That's what I always say, 1% better. So we get them. They're passing by each other, circling around. Jackpot gets a big hit and sends Malice flipping away. They go back and forth for a little bit. Still strong. Circling each other. Big hits to Malice, and Malice's drive starts to get affected. Malice starts to feel a little bit of those hits, and then it gets knocked into the screws. Jackpot's pressing up against. Jackpot starts smoking. We're going to get some smoking effects right here. Jackpot starts smoking, but it was enough to get poor Malice the count out because of those big hits before. So we get a smoky Jackpot for the win. And we get Red's first victory of the night. This wasn't terribly unexpected. Malice is now 0-2. 0-2. What does this mean for Bunny Sorial? I don't know. I wish her well. I just don't like this bot. Something about it. Something doesn't. It seems too unstable. It has the instability of Tombstone, which we'll get to later. But none of that heavy hitting power or reach. We have some comments here. Let's talk about this. The Jackpot dudes seem like nice folks. They do seem like nice folks. And not only are they nice folks, they're also cheap folks. They build their bot like with scrap pieces, and they build it on the cheap. And their big thing is like, we could build bots just as well as you and not spend a lot of money. I think it was $80 to replace that spinner when it needs it. So yeah, they like to do it cheap. Any other comments here? Yeah, so I'm very excited. I like Jackpot. I do not see... Jamie agrees with me, Red. Thank you so much. Jamie. I appreciate it. I do think Jackpot has a chance of getting into third too. Definitely a chance. Do I see it going far? No. No, I don't. But that's okay. That's okay. Because they're doing well here. We're moving on. We're moving on to Ribot versus Overhaul. Battle of the schools here. We got Ribot here from WPI. I'm not sure what that stands for, but it's in Boston. And we got Overhaul here from MIT. Let's talk a little bit about Ribot. Ribot won its first match. Who did they win against? Dominant over Defender. We saw them be dominant over Defender. I was actually just reading some rules, some new rules. They used to have a foam top that used to get destroyed in past fights, but the rules have changed, so they can't do that anymore because they said it made the arena too messy. It made the arena too messy, which I disagree with. I thought that was a lot of fun to see that mess. But here they are. They're a modular bot, and today they went with the Undercutter, which you could see here. But it's run by David Jin of WBI, and they changed the color to mock Overhaul. I can't change the colors here. I might be able to, but set color, maybe custom color. Oh, come on. Is this it? Is this it? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried to change the color, but it's the same color as Overhaul. That's the point of what I'm trying to get at. But it was very, I just love Ribot. Now, Overhaul here hasn't been seen in a couple seasons. Overhaul was MIT bot where Jameson Go, ever heard of him? He started off on Overhaul. They had a blood feud where Sawblaze destroyed Overhaul, and it was pretty embarrassing for the Overhaul team. Not trying to throw shade, but that's what it was. Yeah, they're a grappling bot run by Charles Kwan, and they haven't been here since I think 2016. 2016 they haven't been around, so they're a little bit of an older school bot. But I do like grapplers. But I'll tell you what I didn't have in this. I did not have Overhaul winning. I had Ribot with this one. Let's see how the fight goes. So they circled each other for a little bit, kind of trying to get each other's feel. They're both very fast bots. Very, very fast bots here. And then it was 2 hits. Boom! Into Overhaul here. Let's have Overhaul flip here. We could get a flip going. Yeah, let's just get it onto the side a little bit to show the flipping. 2 hits. That's all it took here. 2 hits, and then it was done. Got a 10 count. And Ribot moves on. It gets another win. 2 wins. 2-0 now. And we get the big V here for Ribot. I like Ribot. Ribot is a lot of fun, drives real fast, and I like the team. I like the team. They seem like good kids. Seem like good kids that really enjoy what they're doing. I am upset by the bot not having that breakaway foam. It was really fun. Oh, we got some comments here. I'm so sorry. Roy writes, Ribot looks like a Pokemon now. Yeah. With the blue color, a little bit much. I think it was to taunt Overhaul. I think they said it was in tribute to Overhaul. I think it was taunting. But apparently WBI is in, or WBI? They're both in Boston, or the Boston, Massachusetts area, somewhere in there, that jump it. But this was a fight of the schools, and Ribot came out victorious. I like Ribot. I see them going to the third 2. I see them going to the 16. I see them in the 8. I see them in the 8. Mark my words. They're going far. Moving on, we got Blade versus Scorpios here. Blade versus Scorpios. Now, Blade, I don't know much about. I didn't know much about until we found out today. It's a first ever bot from South Korea, from Seoul, South Korea, run by Chun Yuan. I believe that's how you say it. Please forgive me. Please forgive me if I said it wrong. I'm trying. I'm really trying. And it's a horizontal spinner, very reminiscent of Tombstone here, but it's got these fins on the side, very sharp looking, and it's got a wedge on the back. And that's something that would be a great upgrade for a Tombstone, is to have a wedge on the back to kind of counteract when it does have to be on the defense, because Tombstone is all offense. But it did well in China. Apparently it did very well in China, but never made it out here to the States. And it's run by a husband and wife team, and the wife is the driver. I believe her name is Jusei Ya. I hope that I'm saying it right. Yeah, really cool husband-wife team and a cool-looking bot. Let's see how it fares against Scorpios here. Scorpios had a baller last season. Another husband and wife team, Zach Weidel and Diana Tarson, and they're so adorable. They're so adorable and so sweet. They really love each other, and it really shows. You all, if you've ever seen them together, they're always hugging and they have their arms around each other. And BattleBots, when everyone's afraid of touch, it's really sweet. It's really sweet. Now this is it used to be a Sawbot. And there was a thing with Sawbots a while ago that the Sawbots, they were just terrible. They're like not terrible. They could be good bots, but the Saw weapon I didn't feel was ever very effective. All it did was make some sparks, I just felt that it didn't have the impact that it needed. Now, like last season, they changed over to this hammer saw, similar to what Sawblaze is doing, and it's just been very effective. You could actually get some damage in there, which is important. And so we got them facing each other. Let's see how this fight went. And so they go in here. By the way, Scorpios rushes into Blade here and just smashes into it with a hammer. Smash, 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 as you can see. Can't get any space. Blade needs some space to get that blade running, and the Scorpios just like chasing it around, about moving it around at its leisure. Keeps moving it into the corner where the hammers are. Oh, I do need to get a hammer effect. We do have to get that going. Then Scorpio starts smoking a little bit just because it was just beaten away. That's what happens when you're too hot. You start smoking, you know. But they get some space, let it sit there for a little bit, starts moving, and then they come back in, smash, 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 and it gets stuck. It gets stuck in the corner. It's a really one-sided. They go the entire distance. They have the option of like letting them get counted out, but Scorpios really want to do some smashing. And they did. And speaking of smashing, you got to smash that like button. Smashing the like button helps everyone out. It's a part of the show. It's actually kind of one of the rules. I don't want to say it. My boss is making me do it. So please just smash the like button. But we do get Scorpios with the victory here. I like Scorpios. Amazing driving. Amazing driving. And look at that scoop on that thing. That fender is nasty. Really nasty. And it's really proven to be very effective. It's an interesting design, but it looks just devilish. Looks devilish. But what we do get is Red continuing his streak of right answers. We got Scorpios. So right now we're Jackpot, Ribot, and Scorpios. Red's doing pretty well. Roy says professional violinist. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. By the way, I did want to thank some people who commented in our last video. Bo Levin, bless you. Bo Levin suggested I do a my picks video. I don't know how well that would do, and it might confuse the audience, but I appreciate the thought. And also, Wise Wolf Tony gave me some information about egg beaters that we'll talk about a little bit later. But egg beaters in the heavyweight division. Egg beaters, not the food or the actual tool for cooking, but the weapon in BattleBots we'll discuss. But yeah, we get Scorpios with the judges' decision win. They didn't need the judges' decision, but they got it. And I see them going far. Great driving, and a great team. I just love it. They're so sweet. Afterwards, they were so sweet with each other, and they're so fun and goofy. I love it. Roy says his wife is the professional violinist. Whose wife? On Blade or on Scorpios? Got to specify here. I'm not sure. I missed that part. Nightmare 42150. Hey, what's up, guys? Nothing much, kid. Good. Welcome to the show. Let me know what you think of BattleBots. Who's your favorite BattleBot? Nightmare 42150. I think that's very important that we all know. Moving on. We get, honestly, one of the coolest fights of the night for me personally. We get, and with an interesting finish, we got Tombstone here. Tombstone versus Mammoth. Yeah, I said that right. Tombstone versus Mammoth. We got Tombstone here. Tombstone, big vertical spinner bot. He's a bot killer. They've been doing some video packages. They've been watching some wrestling recently, because they've been doing some video packages that have been stunning. Stunning video package. The first one they did of the night was on Ray Billings. Ray Billings is the one that runs Tombstone here, as you can see. And talking about his history. He won the Big Nut like 5 years ago. I'm so sorry I have to say Big Nut. We've specified. Roy said that Blade. So Blade, the driver for Blade is a violinist, professional violinist, which is pretty dope. That's actually a pretty cool resume. So we got the Tombstone here. Vertical spinner, killer bot. The whole purpose of Tombstone is to get the biggest hit as soon as possible. It has no defense. It has no other strategy. It's just here to smash them up. But there's an issue. People have kind of figured out how to fight Tombstone. You have to rush it. It's able to get the blade going fast, but you have to rush it, get in there quick, and it has neutralized it, and it has a habit of breaking itself. And that was Mammoth's strategy going into this. Let's look at Mammoth. 5'6" tall. It's this big, mean-looking bot. It's also a very large vertical spinner. Not as fast. It's not designed to do damage as much as it is to flip you over, which would be very devastating to a Tombstone. Very devastating to a Tombstone to get flipped onto its side or have that weapon hit in the ground. It really beats it up. But they had a good win against... Who did they won against someone. I know it. They won against Hijinks. Bless Hijinks. Hijinks, we're big fans of Hijinks here at Bot Thoughts. And the LLW family. But they beat Hijinks earlier this season. And Tombstone, that video package they talked about, doesn't Tombstone have anymore. Has been having a rough couple of years where it lost the Captain Shredderator this year. It lost the Captain Shredderator, and that doesn't happen. We have some comments before we get to the fight. Nightmare4215 says, new to the channel. I really like this channel. Haven't seen BattleBots that much. Well, you got to get on it, friend. You really got to get on it. Roy writes, hell yeah. Nightmare says, but I know kind of basic stuff. Well, that's what I'm here for. Basic stuff. That's what I call me. Besides, they call me Geartooth, but my middle name is Basic Stuff. So Geartooth, Red, Basic Stuff, Jefferson. So we get the match. Let's start talking about this. S? What did I write? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Mammoth rushes in. They rush into each other here. And Tombstone smashes into each other. They smash into each other. They bounce away. Then they go in for a second smash. This was a two-hit show, guys. Two-hit show. Mammoth gets its wheels busted up because the thing is, like, it's a bunch of broomsticks tied together with duct tape. Not saying it's that bad, but it's just like, it's not as well put together to take Tombstone's weapon. But because of the fact those big hits, when Tombstone hits the wall, breaks itself. It affects its left drive, and now it can't move. Mammoth can't move. We get a double countout. Both bots immobile. Both bots are immobile. No smoking or fire. Not a lot of fire today, guys. I'm sorry. I really want to use this effect because especially since I took the white border off, it looks just... Look at that. No fire, though. No fire today. But we get a double countout and went to judge's decision, and guess who won? Guess who won? We get Tombstone's first victory season. They're 1-1 now. I won't count Tombstone out, and I will never count Tombstone out. Even though they haven't had the greatest start, they are a one-hit weapon. They get that first hit in, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. As you can see, Mammoth felt it. What they do have to work on is its durability, making sure it can always still drive. That is important. The weapon may break, but it needs to drive. Very important. But we also get Red's next victory. Look at that. I called it. Tombstone. This was all on Instagram. You could see it, and I posted it hours ago. So I'm doing really well so far. Really well. The BattleBots, if you're watching this, let me know. Let me know. If you want me picking bots for your social media, and I could interview, let me know. I'm not opposed to it. Also, there is a online, you could sign a petition to get me on BattleBots, which is very important. Smash the like button and sign the petition. Follow me, red_Jefferson, to get to that petition. Next up, we have to move on here. We have to move on because this night isn't going to cover itself. We get Tantrum versus Lucky. Lucky versus Tantrum. All right, everyone that was so upset at me 2 episodes ago when I badmouthed Tantrum. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They are a much better bot than they were their first couple of years. Last year they did very well, and this year's no exception. But let's talk about the bots here. We have Lucky here. Lucky, Canadian, pneumatic flipper. It's almost like a punch lifter. I really like it. Drives really well, and it's durable as hell. It doesn't break. It doesn't get, well, it does break. We'll talk about that soon. But it's just a very durable bot. It's made by the guys from, what's his name? Mark Dumal? Drummer? Man, my handwriting's rough when I'm doing this stuff. I'm doing it real fast. Roy writes, also a lot of great stuff on this channel. Thank you, Roy. I really appreciate it. Make sure to smash the like button if you're going to say shit like that. If you're going to say shit like that, you better like this channel or subscribe. Or sign the petition. You got a lot of stuff to cover here. But Lucky, Mark Jamel, pneumatic flipper, and they got a new driver this time. They got this professional, like, remote control driver. His name is Matt Olson. And apparently he's real good. And he was really good in this match. Up to a point. We have Tantrum here. Tantrum, as we talked about before. And I'm sorry to you Tantrum fans. I didn't mean it. I'll take it all back. Tantrum is a punching drum spinner. It has a drum in the back, and then it launches forward when it's ready. It's got a cool little look, and it's a pretty good little bot, I guess. But this is the match. Lucky launches in to Tantrum, bounces it away, gets a good flip going, smashes it into the corner, and it gets stuck. It gets stuck in the corner within seconds of the fight. And Lucky's like, and everyone on Lucky's team was just like, you're a pneumatic flipper. You're a flipper. You're designed to get people to be stuck in the corner, get them out of the box. If you get that chance, do it. You do it. But what it does is it's just like, oh, let's continue the fight. Goes over, knocks it back onto its frickin' back onto its feet, and then Tantrum's angry, and just smack. Oh shoot! I moved the battle box. How do I fix that? There we go. And then Tantrum just, Jesus Christmas. How do I do this? We have to get touch Tantrum, move Tantrum, and now we have to touch Lucky, because Lucky gets flipped upside down, smashed up a bunch, but luckily for Lucky can flip back around, but it constantly gets hit. I have to find an easier way to do these flips, but it keeps getting hit. A lot of smashes, gets underneath real good, just hitting it. Big hits in this fight. The biggest hits that Tantrum's ever got. Moving it all around the box. Where does it go? It goes into the screws, it hits, pushes Lucky around, gets underneath, rips off its poor little tires. And to do that to the driver, who is a remote control driver, who's known for his driving, to rip off its wheels, that's pretty fucked up. And we do have to find a way to get... That's the next stop. I got rid of the white boxes, except for the smoke, which I don't know how to do. But next up, we're going to find a way to show wheels falling off. I think that's very important for the illustrations. Let us know what you think of the illustrations, by the way. That's also very important for the show. All right. So we got that, and Tantrum gets the 10 count. Tantrum is now moving on. Well, there's no moving on yet. That we haven't gotten to the playoffs here. But Tantrum, I do believe, is going to go far. It's definitely in the top 32. I'll tell you that much. I believe it's the top 32. They got a win over Malice. Malice, it's fine win. But we'll see how far they go. They're definitely getting to the 32. The people that want to say that it's going to go farther, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know how that works. But we'll talk about that another time. But they get the win here. But because of all the hate I got, I did pick Tantrum. And so we're doing great. We were doing really great. And then things happened for me. Redley697 says, I'm going to throw a tantrum. I'm going to throw you out of here. You better like this page. If you're not, get the frick out of here. Moving on, we got Ghost Raptor. Great name for a bot. Versus Glitch. Now we got Ghost Raptor here. Old-timey bot run by a guy, Chuck Pitzer. It's like an elevated horizontal spinner that could come in at an angle. Cool looking bot. And it's got some forks, like a lifter here up front. It's very modular. He's done some kooky things to mod it up for specific bots. And he's facing newcomer Glitch here. Glitch is an egg beater. We talked about egg beaters before. We'll talk about that in a second, but it's very low to the ground. It's got the same Omni wheels as Shatter, and it's a new bot. Actually, earlier in the show, when they were in the pits getting ready, they got a screw stuck in the frame. They couldn't get out, and good old Chuck Pitzer here goes over and helps them with the screws. Before the fight, so he could fight him later that night. He deserves partial of this victory, and we actually get into more of his goodwill. We get this fight going on, and by the way, with the egg beaters, I learned from a friend of the show, Wise Wolf Tony. Wise Wolf Tony taught me that egg beaters are very popular with smaller bots, but with those big heavy hitters, they tend not to work because they tend to break easier because of the big weapons on the heavyweight bots. So let's see how this one did. Very low to the ground. They start off, they circling each other. That's part of the game too, you know, finding when to strike, especially for Ghost Raptor, because Ghost Raptor is not as low to the ground as this Glitch. And Glitch gets first underneath, of course. Gets first underneath. Let's get a little flipping action here for you guys, not for me. Flip vertical, yeah, gets a little flip action, but we get it right back. I have to find out how to do short keys. If anyone knows how to do like those short keys to get these flips a little bit easier. Spinning, the spinner stops immediately stops working on Ghost Raptor. So it's basically just a lifter bot here. And it can't really get underneath because this bot is just so low to the ground. It has it in the corner and it just drops its lifter on top. It flips itself again. It flips itself because it's on the offensive. He's doing a good job of being offensive, but like against this bot, it was just very hard. And Glitch, they were having some trouble driving. Apparently, their wedges here were too low to the ground, which was actually getting it caught in the ground, even though the wheels were working. So it was a little bit difficult. And at one point, it was just stuck in the corner. And Ghost Raptor, the gentlemen that they are, the gentle people that they are, go over to knock it up, loosen it up a little bit, and get the fight keep going. But after that and loosening up, then it started really flying, really smashing into Ghost Raptor, really pushing it around. Ghost Raptor didn't know what to do. Pushes into the wall a bunch of times. They circle each other a little more. It accidentally hits itself into Glitch. And it beats it up real good, as you can see from the illustrations that I just did. This is a lot of work. I don't know if y'all know this, to do the tech and to read from my notes. I'm not a good writer. Well, I'm a good writer. Don't say that to anyone. But we get Glitch with the victory, which is my first loss of the night. New coming team. And because of the goodwill of Ghost Raptor given that goodwill to, help them out when they needed it. That's how they got the win, from helping out with the screws in the beginning and then helping it move during the fight. We have some comments here. Where can we get a BBB gambling ring? I'm sure there is some. And I would love to, what is it called? Handicapping? I don't know what it means. Roy says, Glitch had a lot of charm. I do like the paint job on Glitch. That's true. The paint job is really cute. It does have some charm. Don't love the dude's mohawk. That was, Ghost Raptor here. Let's look at Ghost Raptor here. We're going to turn it to the side because it didn't win. Ghost Raptor's guy, what's his name again? I forgot. Chuck Pitzer. He has a mohawk. He's an old punk guy, but I like his energy. And, with old punk guys, it's really a toss-up. You never know what you're going to get. You could get a guy that's like, I don't know, just angry, MAGA guy because the world turned against him, but he still has his mohawk. Or you could get the guy that goes to the soup kitchen and just is really sweet. I think he's more the soup kitchen guy. But the mohawk, it's let's not hate. Let's not hate here. Not on this show. On Loser Leaves Wrestling, sure. Everyone should follow Loser Leaves Wrestling, this channel, and also make sure to follow us on Instagram and on Twitter and all those things, and send us some emails. We have a show this Saturday. You should check it out. It's at 12 p.m. PST. It's called The Weekly Wrestle. That's all the news you can lose. Moving on, we have to talk about the main event. Main event of the night, and boy, what a main event we did have. Whew, honestly, a little heartbreaking, but what a fight it was. We got Sawblaze versus Madcatter. And the promo videos they did for this, they're just making Madcatter look like to be a monster. And let's talk about Sawblaze first. We have Jonathan Go, former MIT member of Overhaul that we saw earlier in their losing efforts. He pushed away because he wanted a bot that was more effective. He wanted a bot that really was able to deal some damage. And this year, he's been around for a while. He had the saw on top, and all it did was make a bunch of sparks. Now with the hammer saw, it's deadly. The plow and that hammer saw and that drivetrain, it's insane. So it's a power hammer. It's a hammer saw, whatever deal, and a flamethrower. They beat Minotaur this year. And that was pretty devastating to me because I love Minotaur. They flipped them on their back and hammer sawed right in, and they immediately set on fire. That was the first match of this season, and Minotaur gets set on fire by Sawblaze. Pretty heartbreaking. But they are going in hot. They have a big win with this configuration they have here. And then we have Madcatter destroying Yeti. And Yeti, another big hitter, not as big as Minotaur to me. And also, Yet he did have some. They changed a lot. They changed a lot to how they looked. So it was it was still a good bot. But here's a Madcatter. It's a modular bot with a vertical disc and a lifter. And as you can see, they have a little gassy cat there. That's a little mini bot, gassy cat, and it's supposed to shoot fire, I believe, and it's supposed to wedge underneath and cause some mayhem for the other bots. Now this match, I was expecting, as you could see, first thing I had Ghost Raptor, and I lost. I had Madcatter going over in this. Why? Because I believe in Madcatter. I believe in Martin Mason. I believe in this team. It's from Mount San Antonio College. They're good college, good affordable college. Jamie writes, heart. Is that a cat on it? Yes, it's Madcatter. Madcatter and Gassy Cat. They're a little mini bot. It's very sweet, and look at the paint job on this thing. It's mean looking. And I was just expecting so much from them. And everyone talks about Martin Mason looking like, or acting like Macho Man. He's acting like Jim Duggan. You all don't know what you're talking about, and it's really upsetting. But I was expecting this to go a different way. But what we got was Sawblaze smashing the shit out of this cat. Battling it around the box. It couldn't get any space. That plow on the front of Sawblaze, it just scoops up everything in sight, gets underneath everything, and just got these major hits to Madcatter. And then Gassy Cat got injured, and what happened is it caused smoke to come out throughout the entire half of the arena. Let's see if we could get this to go a little bit differently. Rotate 90. There we go. It covered half the battle box. It covered half the battle box with the smoke. And then here comes, they're just smashing away. Sawblaze is beating the shit out of it. It's very upsetting. Moving it around against the walls, getting some big hits with that blade, and it gets the 10 count. It gets the 10 count. And we got Sawblaze getting a huge win. Very big win. And honestly, when we're talking about the top 32, yeah, it's a top 32 contender. This is a big nut contender. Who do I have going all the way? I had Madcatter going pretty far. I had Madcatter going pretty far into this thing. And not anymore. Sawblaze is so dominant. I don't know who can take Sawblaze. I'm trying to think. Some people that I think have a chance. What you have to do with Sawblaze is you have to get underneath it. So who's the lowest bots? Who are the bots that can get underneath? Hydra can get underneath, unfortunately. I think if you could get a big hit early on for maybe a Tombstone, but honestly, Tombstone's not as fast as Sawblaze. Tombstone's not as fast. So I don't know what to make of this. We have some comments in here. Jamie, I'm so sad about Madcatter. Believe me, it was a rough night at the Jefferson household. Geartooth was not happy. That's me. I'm Geartooth. Geartooth read basic things, read Jefferson. Redley697, who would play Sawblade in a movie? That's a great question. I'd imagine Vin Diesel. No, someone a little sharper than Vin Diesel. Something with a little more green and what? I was about to say Wesley Snipes, but Wesley Snipes is a little older than Sawblaze should be. Oh, get back to me. We're going to talk about this. Sound off in the chat if you think Sawblaze, who Sawblaze should play in a movie or play Sawblaze in a movie. Madcatter, I don't think anyone could deny. CGI Jack Black. Jack Black in a CGI suit should be the Madcatter. I don't think that's disputed. But we got Sawblaze getting a big victory here. Big victory over Madcatter, and that's the end of the show. That's the end of the show. And we're ending off with Sawblaze. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next week. This is the first week that we had bots battling again. So we have some with 2.0 records like Sawblaze. We have some with 0-2 records like Malice. So we'll see how far this goes. And we'll see what's going to happen in the future. Here I am back to where I was. I'm just going to get all my things here. Oh, like that's the idea that I had. Oh. Back to the mustache or unibrow. Thank you all so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. This is Bot Thoughts. Please sign the petition online. It's on at Reddit_Jefferson. It should be in my stories. Sign the petition. Let me know how that goes. We want to get BattleBots to hear me and hear and feel me. Hear and feel me is very important. Please like this video and follow us on subscribe to Loser Lives Wrestling, because if you like wrestling or BattleBots, you like fun sports, you'd follow us. So thank you all so much. Make sure to watch BattleBots all the time because we want this sport to succeed. and also share this with BattleBots so they know exist. Let's continue to have them know exist. My name is Geartooth Red Jefferson. Jamie's giving me a wave bye-bye. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. This has been great. I don't know how to sign off. I should know how to sound off. And I don't have an ending screen, so I'm just going to put on the waiting screen. Thank you all so much. Have a great one. Bye.